Kroger Delivery has one mission: to deliver the freshest food right to your door. That's why our drivers are pros. Our trucks are refrigerated. And when it comes to low prices, we always deliver. With $20 off your first order of $75 or more, there's no better time to get in on the action. Mission accomplished. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hardy Fiber Cement Siding is proven to withstand water, pests, and fire better than wood-based siding. And it looks better while doing it. Hardy Siding has been chosen for 10 million homes and counting. See the proof at jameshardy.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of True Crime Time for Monday, February 3rd, 2025, and I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
And we're in the February.
Happy birthday, Evie.
Yep. I'm about to hit that big 5-5 this week.
Hitting the speed limit.
Oh, yeah. Drive 55, arrive alive. Yeah. All good on that. And hey, a quick shout out to Miranda, Dr. Miranda.
Yes. At Flourish Hormone Replacement. I love her so much.
And if you're from the LP, Livingston Parish, they're right there at the Juban Crossing.
Yes.
And I mean, they do everything for the health and wellness.
Everything. I mean, and they're expanding. I just got pellets, and those help with hormone replacement. And it's not just testosterone. Like women get testosterone, men only get testosterone, but women also get the estradiol, especially like women going through menopause like I am. And it helps with night sweats. It helps with sleeping. It helps with just overall mindset and moodiness. And
well,
all the things.
They do a lot more than pellets. And they do IV things. They do all different kinds
laser
of stuff.
treatment. Facebook is Flourish Hormone Replacement. Yeah.
How can they look them up?
They can look them up on Facebook. They also have an Instagram page, and it's just Flourish at Juban Crossing.
It's FLOURISH.
Well, if you want to make an appointment or call and see what services you have, they also help with people out of state, like our friend Tracy.
Yeah, she has clinics in several different states.
Yes, and it's 225-283-1211, and they can talk you through everything that they do. It's a lot.
Tell them that Woody and Cyndi sent you Real Life Real Crime. So love them, and she's been a dear friend of ours for years. So that being said, Wisconsin just left town and my liver is recovering. I'm going to have to go over there and get an IV bag of something good. But good times had by all, but y'all go check out her TikTok. I did a couple of TikToks from the trip. And let's get down to some true crime time for Monday, February 3rd, 2025. Proceed.
Thank you.
I always say ladies first, but I'm trying to change it up.
Oh, so proceed, like you're giving me permission to.
Well, I mean, it's your turn.
All right, we're going to start off in Miami-Dade County today.
Miami?
So I thought you were going to say something else.
I was saying the George Strait song, Miami.
Okay. Have you ever gotten upset with somebody about your thermostat in the house? Like when you've had roommates, did y'all ever
I get upset now about the thermostat in the house.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to say that.
Fans blowing, this one's blowing, and we have 3 different thermostats, y'all, in units. I never know what's running and what's not.
Would you shoot somebody over it? Okay.
Probably.
So
yeah, Let's don't put me out on that one.
Okay, so a Florida landlord is facing murder charges after he shot and killed his tenant in a dispute over a thermostat.
So the landlord was mad.
The landlord was mad.
Didn't even live there. It must have been one of those rents where utilities are included.
Yeah. So the arrest report states that Adam Luis Anson, who was 37 years old, was charged with murder after he shot his tenant, a 57-year-old man named Carlos Alberto Gonzalez. The report states that deputies from Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Office reported to the scene in Westchester located about 12 miles outside downtown Miami around 8 a.m. on Saturday, January 25th.
Look, I did a lot of work in Miami. There's really no such thing as 8 miles outside of downtown. It's just one big sprawling area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know they have like the different, the names for when you cross from this to this, but you're still in the city.
So Anson approached Gonzalez's apartment, which was located on the same property as his house, holding a semi-automatic pistol, and knocked on the window. And he was trying to gain access to the unit. Anson wanted to change the hallway thermostat.
Wow.
When Gonzalez opened his door for Anson, the 37-year-old forced his way inside the apartment and began punching him unprovoked.
The landlord?
Uh-huh.
Huh? I'm pretty sure you get your ass shot for that if you were my landlord.
But the landlord is the one that started punching.
That's what I'm saying. If he broke in my fucking window and is punching me, I'm going to shoot him.
Okay, so I'm going to finish the story.
Yep.
The landlord dragged Gonzalez outside of the apartment to the property backyard and shot the 57-year-old tenant.
So that's right. The landlord shot him. Mm.
And so following the shooting, Anson went inside the apartment and changed the temperature before he went back to his own house and called 911.
Oh my God.
It's like, can you imagine the drama of it? Isn't that horrible?
But he got it changed.
He did.
I mean, he meant business, and by God, he did it.
He told the 911 operator that Gonzalez tried to hit him, and he claimed that the shooting was in self-defense. It's self-defense, but you
drag
report
it out in the yard,
and you go to the door with a semi-automatic pistol.
Right.
So,
didn't you say he broke in the window?
No, he knocked on the window.
Oh, knocked on the window. Okay.
So when deputies arrived at the scene, they found Gonzalez with multiple gunshot wounds.
Yep, because one wasn't enough.
Right? But it was, self-defense, and with a semi-automatic pistol. And he was taken, Anson was taken into custody and faces charges of second-degree murder and burglary with armed assault or battery.
Yeah, most people know, at least in Louisiana, if you break into someone's house, even if you don't steal anything, and you commit a felony while you're in the house, they charge you with aggravated burglary also, which carries like a shit ton of time. But I hate it for that victim.
I do too.
It's sad. I mean, I guess there's one more apartment up for rent. And
I wouldn't want to be that tenant.
That is crazy.
Yep.
All right. Narcotics will always be here as long as there is a demand for them, right?
Absolutely.
It's the law of supply and demand. Mm-hmm. But when I used to work dope, I always said, hey, the dope's got to get from point A to point B. Mm-hmm. It doesn't teleport from the drug dealer to your shit.
Exactly.
So people haul it and from a lot of people make a lot of money being mules, if you will, mm-hmm. and hauling stuff. But think about in airports, if I was going to do it, I'd probably try to do it in my checked luggage or something. But if they pull you out and they say, "Oh, is everything this luggage yours?" and you'd be like, "Oh, nope,
no,
I don't know. I've never seen that bag before in my life." But they're gonna have you on camera, right?
Yeah.
So but I would think the only way they really could do that is like if the dog sniffed it or something. Mm-hmm. The one way I wouldn't do it is trying to go through TSA. Yeah. Right. So let me tell you this story. In TSA, they always got the officer standing around, usually a K9, and mm-hmm. I'm afraid, even though I carry dope, that the K9 is going to alert on me.
Right? I know, but I know that's very true. Like, did someone brush up against me that
let's digress. Let's go back. So many prayers for the people in DC that got killed on that plane.
Yes.
And the helicopter too. I was thinking about, when I heard that last night, I was thinking about how many times have I flown out of that airport? Mm-hmm. Literally, I can't count them. All the times I was down there on business.
Yeah.
So that was horrible tragedy, and we just hate it. And prayers for everybody involved, and and victims' families, etc. But we're going to Chicago's O'Hare Airport, which I've been out of many, many times. Also, always caught the train into the city instead of renting a car. But they had a lady, and she was on a motorized scooter.
Okay.
Right? Hey, you know what? What do they do with those? I guess they get you close to the plane. They take the scooter and load it up.
I don't know.
You see the wheelchairs at the doors of planes and stuff, right? So anyway, she was on a scooter, but didn't stop her from getting arrested. And this was after she was caught with a huge amount of cocaine hidden in her wheelchair, right? So her name is Elaine Perez. She didn't need that wheelchair. Pina, right? Elaine Perez Pina was traveling from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and she had a layover in Chicago when she was found to have the illegal substance, and this happened on January 25th, according to court documents and the Homeland Security investigations. So Perez Pina, I guess that's how you say it, whose destination was New York, New Jersey, is being charged with possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute after the cops found 14.08 kilograms of cocaine in the cushions of her motorized wheelchair. That's a lot. That's over 30 pounds.
Tall.
That's 2.5 pounds per kilo.
Imagine. That's like a Cheech and Chong car.
30 pounds. So the cops wrote an affidavit, or the complaint. The special agent said that based on their years of experience with similar incidents, they know that 1 kilogram of cocaine is worth $17,000 to $20,000. That's Ford hits the street, y'all, and they cut it with fentanyl. Thus, Perez Pina possessed at least $238,000 worth of coke when she was caught. And during her layover, Perez Pina, who was on that motorized scooter or motorized wheelchair, she exited the plane, but she didn't realize she was going to be subjected to a secondary inspection. You know why? They got the computers to be fucking everybody up nowadays. She already had a previous convictions for trafficking cocaine.
Are you kidding me?
She could get off the plane and ride around. I got a layover. Or I guess she had to get off. She could get around, maybe go to the little local restaurant, get a little something to eat, and maybe go by. There's no gangsters in Chicago, Al Capone magnet or something. Not realizing that she's already been flagged as fuck. And before you get back on, we go check your shit.
Well, yeah, but I wonder how many times she's done it where she hasn't.
Well, and when the cops stopped her for that secondary search, she told them that she was tired and her leg hurt her. And this is while they were inspecting her other belongings, her carry-on. She then said she needed to use the restroom and was having difficulty walking. So, cops being good cops, and they're not going to take their eyeballs off of her, they escorted her to the restroom. And, nothing suspicious was found in her roller bag, or carry-on. Officers saw the cushions on her wheelchair appeared to be newer. So they sent it through an x-ray machine and noticed anomalies in density and colors consistent with normal cushioning, meaning the shit did not look correct. So what they do, they call one of our hero canines in. All right. So, and the canine said, oh shit, that's a lot of stuff in there. And it gave the positive response to the odor of the wheelchair. And then the cops got permission. Well, they didn't have to get permission when the canine alerts, right? So they continued their search and they conducted an intrusive exam by drilling into the cushion. Right?
Yeah.
You know why they do that, right? They drill in, pull out. Drill in, pull out. Nothing on the drill but foam. Miss Pina had been good.
Yeah.
Drill in, pull out. Nothing but cocaine.
Yeah.
Miss Pina got another problem.
Yeah.
So then they took apart the cushions on the wheelchair, and the customs officer found approximately 14 packages containing the white powdery substance that tested positive for cocaine, booger sugar, blow, whatever you want, nose candy. Perez Pina was eventually taken to a holding cell where she was seen pacing back and forth without the need for a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I'm healed.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Hallelujah.
Jesus. Hallelujah, right?
Oh
No need for the wheelchair, and I'm not
exactly.
so tired now.
No.
Now, according to the affidavit, Perez Pena had a history of previous convictions. And in fact, in 2022, she pled guilty to importing cocaine and possession with intent to distribute 500 grams or more coke. She received a sentence of time served, which means they held her in the jail till she got to court, and 2 years on supervised release. Now, on a different occasion, in the same year, 2022, she was a busy lady. She was found with 2.89 kilograms of a substance that tested positive for booger sugar, hidden in a suitcase when she landed in New York City from the Dominican Republic.
Jeez.
She gets around Brazil, Dominican Republic. That's not like they're just close together.
I know, but you always say people get away with stuff because they change jurisdictions. They go from one place to another, but she's not thinking this is a national, database
and you've been busted twice already. And don't you think, I don't want to tell secrets, but I know that they have a list of people and you make your reservation and you got to show your passport and stuff that your shit's flagged.
Yeah.
And they're going to search you one way or another. So anyway, that Miss Pena is going to the penal institution. I would imagine she's going to the land of no penises.
That's what I was going to say.
The land of no penises, wherever that may be in the great state. Oh, she's probably doing federal. So she's going to a federal land of no penises.
Yeah.
And there you have it.
The federal
At least she bumped up her game from 2.8 kilos to 14.8. I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right.
Yeah, right.
Do it big or go home. Wow. Do it big and go to the land of no penis.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm out.
This episode is sponsored by MIDI Health.
MIDI Health is here to change the way women experience menopause care. As a husband, I've seen my wife Cyndi navigate the challenges of menopause, and it hasn't been easy. Keeping up with her symptoms while feeling dismissed by traditional healthcare providers was tough for her. It was disheartening to hear the doctors say it was all in her head, or to just focus on diet and exercise. I learned that many healthcare providers lack training in menopause, which is shocking. 80% of OBGYNs report they are untrained in this critical area, and 75% feel uncomfortable discussing it with their patients. Thank goodness Cyndi found MIDI. MIDI is a virtual care clinic dedicated to truly seeing, hearing, and understanding women's experiences. It was created by women for women, and they accept insurance in all 50 states. Getting started is simple. She visited www.trymidi.com/real, set up her account, and entered her insurance information and shared her symptoms. She was able to choose a convenient time to meet her clinician. During the virtual visit, she discussed her symptoms and health history in detail with a nurse practitioner trained in perimenopause, menopause, and weight management. If she needs any tests like blood work or imaging, they help coordinate it with a local facility that accepts her insurance. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now she can follow her treatment plan and schedule follow-up visits. MIDI even collaborates with her other doctors for in-person treatment if necessary. Best of all, there are no hidden costs, no membership fees, and MIDI bills your insurance directly. MIDI also offers fantastic products including compound semaglutide and estriol face cream, which Cyndi loves. This prescription skincare product is designed to improve skin elasticity, hydration, and texture, addressing those frustrating changes related to estrogen decline. So if you're ready to take charge of your midlife health, go to www.trymidi.com/real. That's www.trymidi.com/real to schedule a virtual visit. Join more than 200,000 women who love and trust MIDI for their midlife care. Y'all use my code SAFE15 to get $15 off your first RX product when you book your visit. Are you ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Look no further than Factor. Factor offers chef-made gourmet meals that are dietitian approved and can be heated and enjoyed in just 2 minutes. Perfect for fueling your body and feeling great, no matter what life throws your way. Factor makes it easy to eat well and stick to your nutritional goals. Factor delivers fresh, fully prepared meals right to your doorstep, making it ideal for anyone with an active, busy lifestyle like my family. Are you looking to shed a few pounds? With Factor, you can lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor Keto Meals. This is based on a randomized controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto, although results will vary depending on individual diet and exercise. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's simple to find meals tailored to your specific goals. You can choose preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, ensuring there's something for everyone. Factor helps me feel my best all day long, and it can help you too. Factor offers wholesome smoothies, delicious breakfasts, grab-and-go snacks, and so much more. Their variety makes it easy to stick to your nutrition goals without feeling deprived. Factor takes the stress out of meal planning and helps my family stay on track with our health goals, making healthy eating not just achievable, but enjoyable. Recently, I had Factor's mushroom chicken thighs and wild rice. Imagine tender, juicy chicken thighs, perfectly seared and sauteed to golden perfection. Factor's mushroom chicken thighs and wild rice dish brings together rich, earthy flavors that will satisfy your cravings and leave your taste buds dancing with delight. This gourmet meal features succulent chicken thighs paired with a savory mushroom sauce that's bursting with goodness. It's complemented by a hearty serving of fluffy wild rice, expertly seasoned to enhance the flavors of chicken. Each bite is a harmonious blend of textures, tender meat, creamy mushrooms, and wholesome grains. Ready in just 2 minutes, this dish is not only easy to prepare, but also nourishing, providing you with the fuel you need to tackle your day. Whether you're a busy professional, a parent on the go, or just someone who appreciates a home-cooked meal without the hassle, Factor guarantees convenience and taste. So why wait? Treat yourself to a culinary delight with Factor's mushroom chicken thighs and wild rice, the perfect balance of flavor, nutrition, and simplicity. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/RLRC50off and use code RLRC50off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code RLRC50off at factormeals.com/RLRC50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box.
Your turn.
Okay. 2 teenagers in Oregon have been arrested on murder and robbery charges as they shot a man who was trying to stop them from robbing a grocery store. So officers were called to a Fred Meyer grocery store in Portland's Hazelwood neighborhood around 3:50 p.m. on January 13th, following reports of a robbery and gunshots. Outside the store, officers found 47-year-old Jonathan Trent on the ground. He had sustained a gunshot wound and was quickly taken to a nearby hospital, but unfortunately was pronounced dead. The medical examiner announced soon after that his cause of death was homicide from a gunshot wound.
Yeah.
The initial investigation suggests that Trent was shot after witnessing a robbery and attempting to stop the suspect. I wonder what they stole. You know, like...
It's usually bullshit.
Right.
Like
it's at a Fred Meyer's grocery store.
It was a $10 DVD.
And an update shared on January 23rd by the police, they have arrested 3 boys, including a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old, and those 2 are facing murder and robbery charges. And then there's another 15-year-old that was also arrested for a separate robbery on January 1st. But these little boys had been on a spree. And you have a story that you would tell about people that just like started robbing and it escalated. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. What's that cat's name? He was young, and then they actually called and did threats on me too. Yeah. Yeah, they always say that. I had a lot of stories like that. Yeah. They keep going, and then, you do your first one with the gun. It's just the gun pointed at you, and then the next one, it's a gun in the mouth. The next one, getting more and more violent.
Right. So police believe that the 16-year-old was involved in a string of 4 other robberies that took place in the area during the first 2 weeks in January. Mm-hmm. Matt Jacobson, a sergeant with the department's major crimes unit, has learned that several crimes that occurred in the area in the 48 hours after the shooting were all related. So they shot the man and then just went on a bigger spree. Throughout the course of the investigation, we've been able to identify 5 events that were related to this group. This type of crime with these youths is fairly uncommon, Jacobson said, but unfortunately guns are available in this community, and it's deeply concerning that the youths of this age are armed with firearms.
Yeah, but it wasn't firearms, it'd be knives or machetes or whatever.
They're going to do what they want to do, right? So Trent's family, of course, is remembering him and his warmth and kindness and joy that he brought into everyone around him. And it's just a sad loss.
Last week it was a fire chief or somebody that stopped to help somebody or whatever. And again, I used to train those employees in the jewelry stores. I was like, do not chase them. Exactly. Do not stop them. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know their mindset. They will kill you. Most of them don't want a murder charge, but you don't know.
It's like the Florida guy in the hotel as well. And we had the people just watching. We told the story.
Yeah, and he actually worked it.
And then the people videoing it, but they're not getting involved. And I guess this is exactly why.
The way the world rolls today, right? Well, I'm going to take you to... It's time for Effed Up Professionals. And we should call this guy an ex-effed up professional. And you're all going to know his name. I heard about it, didn't really follow it, not really interested, but this kind of cracks me up. So Harvey Weinstein, remember him?
Yeah.
All right. And big Hollywood mogul, had everything in the world, and finally got his ass in the crack for sex crimes, raping these actresses and stuff, right? He got convicted in 2020, as most people know, for several sexual assault, or he got for a sexual assault conviction, but he's got some great lawyers.
I'm sure.
Like a billionaire.
How do you represent someone like that?
Everybody has the right to be represented, like it or not. But he had better than average lawyers, I would say. And in 2024, just a month and so ago, the appeals court gave him a new trial.
Why?
I'm going to tell you. So they gave him a new trial. They overturned his conviction. So what do? They're like, okay, motherfucker, we were trying your ass for this, but we had this one and this one and this one.
Like this.
And so we were just going to do you on this because I've spent all this money to do this one. Well, guess what the prosecutors did? They turned around and said, we take you back to trial on that. My bad. The appeals court got us on that one. We take you back to trial for that one, but now we're going to charge you with X, Y, and Z.
I love it.
So he's being housed in Rikers Island. All right. And he goes back to court and he doesn't want to wait around for his trial.
Okay.
And so he begs the judge, and I'm going to get into it, but he basically begs the judge to let him go to trial as quickly as possible because he has health conditions. So, and poor health is what he said. And he doesn't know how much longer he can hold on. They told the judge. So, they said a frail Weinstein was rolled into court Wednesday in a wheelchair, and he was wearing a black suit and holding on to a book. He said, beset with health problems, Weinstein told the judge, Curtis Farber of the Manhattan Supreme Court, that he can't hold on much longer. And he's requesting a speedy retrial of his 2020 conviction on rape and sexual assault charges in New York, which was overturned last year after the New York Court of Appeals ruled he didn't receive a fair trial because women uninvolved in charges were allowed to testify. So they're saying that these witnesses who were saying they were victims, that they tainted the jury, basically, right? So Weinstein tells the judge, he said, I won't be there for the scheduled start on April 15th. And if I'm still consigned to remain on Rikers Island, he wants to go to a nice place. And he pled for the retrial to be set even though just a week earlier on April the 7th. He said, I can't hold on. That's what he told the judge. I'm begging for you to move the date. I want to be out of this hellhole. I want this to be over with.
What about his victims?
Every day is a struggle. Every day is a struggle in my heart.
What about his victims?
All right. Weinstein was speaking from his wheelchair. He went on to say, it's a mystery how I'm still walking in custody. So they had to wheel him into court to make it more dramatic. Weinstein even said he speaks for fellow incarcerated people on Rikers Island, which is a facility so beset with violence and disorder that New York City has been held in contempt of court, and the jails may be taken over by the federal receivership. He said, and I quote, there are so many people suffering on Rikers Island, so many people I'm within prison. I speak for all of them. Now he's an
advocate for punishment. Oh my God.
So Weinstein is 72. Was also indicted in September on new sex crime charges alleged by 3 different victims in New York City. And Farber, on Wednesday, the judge, denied a motion by Weinstein's attorney to dismiss that indictment. Judge Farber demonstrated exceptional responsiveness, and we deeply appreciate his thoughtful consideration of Harvey's condition and circumstances. That's what Weinstein's spokesperson. Now look, this is not his attorney. You so fucking rich that you've been in prison since 2020 and you still got a spokesperson?
Right.
Yeah, he got some money hidden somewhere. That's what, anyway, they said. They sent that in a statement to People magazine following the hearing. They said, we remain confident in a swift and efficient trial process and firmly believe that Harvey will be fully exonerated. Whatever. So the ex-mogul's retrial was originally set for November, but Judge Farber delayed it into 2025 after granting the prosecution a motion to consolidate the new indictments with the previous case. Oh, Harvey, your lawyers didn't tell you that shit was going to happen? Woody Overton could have told you that was coming. You get it turned over because of that. All right, let's dance another day, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And again, he was convicted in 2020 of the 3rd-degree rape for sexually assaulting an actress in 2013 and for committing a criminal sex act by forcibly performing oral sex on a former production assistant in 2006. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison and began serving his term at the Wynn Correctional Facility in upstate New York. So obviously, if I said federal charges, I was wrong because I don't really give a fuck about him, but he's doing New York time. See, Weinstein was also convicted in California in 2022 on charges he raped an actress in his Beverly Hills hotel. That conviction got him another 16 years and still stands. This bitch just wants out of Rikers.
Yeah.
Weinstein was moved to Rikers Island in New York City ahead of the retrial, but he spent time in Bellevue's hospital prison wing. Yeah, that's the easy peasy part. After being diagnosed with leukemia and facing other ailments, but has since been transferred back to Rikers. Now check this out. Nearly 100 other women have accused Weinstein of sexual harassment and sexual assault, rape. The initial allegations against Weinstein in 2017, when he was one of the most powerful figures in Hollywood, is believed to have sparked the global #MeToo movement. So I got a little piece of advice. Besides, he fucked up. I mean, they had to know, look, we're going to spend the money to retry you. Now we're going to throw in all of these motherfuckers that took the stand as a witness, and we're going to get you about 10,000 years in prison. I could have told him that for free, and I'll give him
some more free advice.
This is free as fuck.
Okay.
Harvey Weinstein, prison is bad for anyone. Rikers Island, Butthole, Maryland, wherever you may be in prison, it sucks. and you're going to die in prison. And guess what, Mr. Weinstein or Stein, however the fuck you say your name, rape is bad. You got busted. You can't do the time.
Don't do the crime.
Don't do the crime. And now you're going to be dying in prison.
Well, he's probably now been raped himself, and he doesn't like it.
I don't think
anybody's going to touch that ass.
Pretty much not. I mean, maybe just for fun, for bragging rights.
I mean,
but
and then we need to have 100 people lined up and just gangbang him. That's what he deserves. And more.
Yeah.
That's just, but it's good. I'm so glad that he's like, wanting to do good for all the other prisoners.
Yeah. Can you imagine him sitting
spokesperson
there,
for
this Mr.
them.
Untouchable, when these people get up there and say, he did this, he did that to me, and you just think, bitch, I'm going to walk. Bitch, you didn't walk. All right.
Have you heard of mood.com? They sell federally legal cannabis gummies. Everything you'd expect from a dispensary, and ship it right to your door. 0 pants required. I'm serious. You can now get high quality, 100% federally legal cannabis products delivered right to your door without ever leaving your couch. And you can get $30 off your first order at mood.com/RLRC with promo code RLRC. Mood partners with small American farms to bring you amazing high-potency THC gummies, home-baked cookies, top-shelf flour, vapes, and more. And third-party lab-tested, backed by a 100-day guarantee. No dispensary lines, just clean, quality, 100% federally legal THC from the farms to your couch. Best of all, not only is every Mood product backed by a 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as I mentioned, listeners get $30 off their first order with code RLRC. So head to mood.com/RLRC, check out their online dispensary, and let Mood help you discover your perfect mood. And don't forget to use promo code RLRC when you check out to save $30 on your first order.
Access big savings every day, all in the Kroger app.
Get fresh Purdue boneless chicken breasts for $3.49 a pound. Then find low prices on thousands of items like sparkling ice water, Kroger brand chips, and more, all with your card.
Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 5 miles away. Or tap the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Next story.
It's amazing how now he's got, like, how when they fall hard.
Prison is bad.
Fuck the bad people.
Fuck the bad people. Rape is bad. F the bad people.
We are going to Michigan.
Michigan.
So, a cop, okay, I love a story that you tell me about going to serve serve papers. Serve a warrant, what you would serve papers, right?
Yeah, I did it all. Yeah.
You did it all the time because you would get like $25 per.
No. I would get $25 per subpoena, up to 3 a day served on me on my board, meaning I had to go in and testify because they were always doing a motion to suppress or what probable cause hearing or whatever. So back then, $75 for a single young cop a day, but I was doing it 4 days a week was
good money.
How I paid everything.
I
wasn't rolling.
No.
But I was able to eat.
Yeah. Well,
but I did. I've served many warrants on people. I've also took a little break at one point because I was getting burned out in uniform patrol, and I did a couple months in civil, and I went out and served civil papers on people.
Okay. Well, this cadet was actually serving subpoenas. And I remember you going, this story that you used to tell, I crack up every time you tell it. You kept going to a house and you kept going to a house.
Oh yeah. That was when I was taking my little break, and I went this way rural. I like up on the St. Helena Livingston line, and I went every freaking day to this house, and I couldn't find anybody home. And then finally, like the 8th time I was up there, and it was like so rural that, nobody, no neighbors and shit. Yeah. And the dude happened to be at his mailbox, which was across the street, but you couldn't see his house. He said, "What are you doing?" So I'm serving papers on such and such. He said, that's the wrong house. He lives right down the road. Your tax dollars at work. That was before we had GPSs.
That wasn't your fault. You were.
We didn't have smartphones and computers and all that.
You had paper maps and.
Yeah, we did. We had
Literally
map books. Yeah.
So speaking of that, Sophie was trying to send something to someone the other day, and I was like, "Look the person's address up online," and she's like, "That's like an invasion of their privacy."
Oh my God.
And I said, "Sophie, we used to have phone books with everybody's address, everybody's phone number. It was free for the taking. You wanted to know where someone lived, you had a phone book you flipped through." She said, "What?"
Yeah, it's crazy. This generation doesn't even know about that.
Okay,
the bent head generation.
So this cadet goes to an apartment door and he knocks on the door and a 5-year-old answers the door.
All right.
Okay.
Happens all the time. So it can be personal, service of domiciliary. Personal meaning, like if it's a criminal, or naturally if it's a warrant, you got to arrest. But even some civil stuff can be personal. You got to hand deliver it to the person, or domiciliary. You can drop it off. Anybody of age at the house, and this kid is not of age. But I assume he wasn't home alone.
No, he wasn't home alone. So a cadet knocks on the front door, and the 5-year-old opens the door.
Right.
And
he says, "Hey, Mom and Daddy, the police."
And he opens the door holding a kitchen knife.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe he was getting some, he was putting some Jiffy peanut butter on his shit.
He could have. He could have been putting the dishes away.
I wonder if he likes it crunchy. Yeah, he could have been putting those.
You know what I had today?
What?
I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for the first time in years.
Yeah, I had one of those a couple months ago.
That was really good. So this little 5-year-old boy opens the door holding a kitchen knife, and the cadet is like, is your mommy and daddy here? Mm-hmm. And he closes the door, and he comes back holding a loaded handgun.
Nice.
So the cadet is like,
what the?
So he immediately gets on his walkie-talkie, whatever it's called.
He's got a gun. 5-year-old's got a gun.
He's freaking out.
It's called a radio now.
Okay. And so he asks for backup, right? Yeah. And so the police come and they disarm him, and
that's a big battle.
Right.
Son, give me the gun, please.
Well, I'm sure. But then they go inside, and the mom and dad, the road patrol officers get there, and they help the cadet. And they found 2 men and a woman inside. And they were, of course, detained and taken into custody for questioning. There was 5 children also inside.
Say, at what point are you inside and your 5-year-old is opening the door? He goes and gets a pistol somewhere. What point did you say, "Hey, little Johnny, who's at the door?"
Exactly. Johnny, but first he's going with a knife.
"Little Johnny, why you got my pistol? Where are you going? Who's at the door?"
I mean,
it's the popo.
So the kids, there was 5 kids aged 6 months to 8 years old, and they were all put in the custody of Child Protective Services.
As they should have been.
And they said the condition of the apartment was deplorable.
Imagine that.
One child was even transported to the hospital in Kalamazoo on various health concerns. And of course, the officials are pursuing weapon charges and neglect charges. And Battle Creek police confirmed that a man was arrested at the same residence for domestic violence on January 12th.
Yes, he probably was one of the dudes sleeping on the couch back in the saddle.
The father of the woman taken into custody told the police that his daughter was living with the father of one of her children and his friend at the home, and she previously called the police about being beaten.
By baby daddy.
Yeah.
We don't know. She got all kinds of dudes over.
Right. And he said she was a single mom with 5 kids, just trying to do the best with her kids.
Today must be, and God bless her for that. There's all kinds of shout out to single moms and dads everywhere. But I have Woody Overton's public service tip, because it's not for Harvey. Number 2 for the day.
What is it?
If you put a penis inside a vagina with no condom and it ejaculates, you have a chance of making a baby.
Yeah. Good.
I can tell you what causes that because they're young AF already.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, maybe she needs some help. I'm not making it anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't get it. Hey, you know what though? It's important that nobody got killed. I mean, I told you, like young kids like that accidentally shoot their brothers or their sisters. It's just tragic shit. And, if you're going to have loaded weapons in the house, teach everybody how to use them or what not to do with them. And I know everybody's screaming, lock them up. You shouldn't have loaded weapons. And I get that, but some people are going to do it. But if you're going to do it, it's kind of like the penis vagina thing. Be educated about it.
Exactly.
It can kill and will kill.
But it's knives. I mean, it's not just guns. I mean,
I understand. I'm talking about guns.
I know.
Yeah, knives too, but I mean, you can't take everything. Okay. Woody's public service announcement number 3 for today. Knives will kill you too.
But you can also slip in the shower and kill yourself. So also
Woody's
put slippy things down.
Today, number 4. Hammer upside the skull will kill you.
Exactly.
So whatever. It is.
You always say if it's on their mind, they're going to do it.
Yeah, well, Harvey, you can't do the time. Don't do the crime. I'm glad they got those babies out.
Me too.
I've been in shitholes like that, roaches on the walls and everything else. And the kids, they don't know any better.
No.
You think, what kind of shot do they have at life? And I'm not, whatever, but I always said, and I'm not throwing shade on the lady. I don't know her situation and being abused and all that. I hate that for her. But I always said, you have to have a license to drive a car or to basically fucking breathe. But there's no kind of restrictions or education or anything about having babies.
Just take it. Do the best you can with it. That's what the hospital says. I mean, here you go.
Our parents did the same thing to us, but but I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what the answer is for that.
That cadet, imagine just going to serve a subpoena, and he's a cadet. I mean, he's not obviously he's green, so he's like,
At least he didn't get shot in the balls by a 5-year-old or have one of them blown off, and the rest of his career it'd be named One Hung Low.
Oh my gosh.
Because cops got wait, I'm going to talk about that real quick. Listen, cops have the most morbid sense of humor.
Yes.
It is inappropriate 99.9% of the time when you're standing over a dead body or whatever. And hopefully we didn't have microphones and shit back in the day like they do now and body cameras. I will never understand, like on Haley's story. I understand some of the comments, they're rude, they're laughing, they're doing whatever, but hey, public service announcement number 5 or 6, motherfuckers, you have cameras on.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's even if you think nobody's ever going to watch it, it might get caught up in court one day, or it might end up on real life, real crime.
But that even shows you how desensitized even our cops are to human life and the respect for human life.
Well, I don't think they're desensitized for respect because they're trying to save it every day. But when somebody's dead, you're either going to cry about it or make a joke about it.
Yeah.
Or get mad about it and work the case.
So, well, we need more getting mad about it and working the case.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for that. So, that being said, we are in February. We love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you, Patreon convicts. Hope you are enjoying your commercial-free early releases and bonus materials and episodes and all that good stuff. Also, I haven't got to talk about Courtney Coco's episode with you on here, which was, y'all, it's on A&E under Murder in the Bayou. It's a cold case. It's a new series. I think there's 6 episodes in total, and Courtney's was number 5, called Murder in Evil Country. We had huge response. Naturally, like we all like after Dateline, every time we do something on air, huge response for other families that are hurting, wanting us to work their cold cases. If you have that, send as much of this information as you can to Cyndi, CYNDI at realliferealcrime.com or Woody at realliferealcrime.com. Can't promise you we're going to work it. if you don't send the information, I'm not even going to try to read it. I'm not going to look it up. Don't have the time. But send what you have. People are hurting, man. Jeez Louise. Say 100,000 cold cases in the United States. It's got to be way more than that.
It's got to be.
I mean, when we're getting 10, 12, 15 a day requests from families. So, but y'all check that out. The shout out to Miss Stephanie and that family and everybody involved in the case, Hugo Holland and David Rabelais and everybody else. And we got Justice for Courtney, and we're going to get Justice for Haley. Hashtag Justice for Haley drops on Fridays. State versus Scott Peterson's Scorch continues on. Jeez Louise, I can't believe y'all are still listening to it. But I mean, I know it's interesting, but the longest thing I've ever done. And the numbers are there every Saturday. That comes out on Saturdays. And then I'm here with my bride on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the numbers are the best they've ever been. So y'all like it, and we love y'all.
Yes, we do. Thank y'all so much.
All right. And I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
We host a true crime time for This is Monday. We'll holler at you later. Peace.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hardy Fiber Cement Siding is proven to withstand water, pests, and fire better than wood-based siding. And it looks better while doing it. Hardy Siding has been chosen for 10 million homes and counting. See the proof at jameshardy.com.